Hi there, this is Professor Bauer. Welcome to ICT 4010 Enterprise Architecture Fall Term 2021. Good to have you here in the course. My purpose today is to do a bit of introductions and to kind of let you know what's going on and get you ready for the first class. Um, there's more about me in the welcome area or on LinkedIn. And by the way, you're welcome to join me in LinkedIn or link into me, however you call it. I promise you I won't sell you anything. I have no stock to push, and I don't need a job. So just want you to um, make sure that our relationship is not based on anyone taking advantage of anyone else. So, but if I can help you, particularly in your career, recommendations, those sorts of things, please let me know. It's been my pleasure to watch some of my students do really well, and for what it's worth, give them some help along the way. We'll look at the syllabus, and we have a chance to introduce ourselves during the week. And just to mention the class this coming week, 6 to 9 on Tuesday, September 14th. Please read the syllabus. It is jam-packed with a ton of stuff. Oh my God, who is that person? No, anyway, yeah, that's me. And give you a sense of what we're going to do. There's a fair amount of reading, and the pace is pretty deliberate. We'll look at the schedule and give you a sense of what's going to go through. If you do the work and you do it every week, you're going to be fine. But the way it works at DU, if you kiss off a couple of weeks and miss a week here and there, and then you're doing summative assignments that depend on you knowing material from previous lessons, it is hard to make things up. Okay, only problem that students in this class have ever had is when they've coasted and not done the reading and then attempted to put it all together in the last week, and it doesn't work. So just want to let you know, forewarned is forearmed, as they say, and so keep that in mind. All right, here's what we're going to do, okay? We got some background reading just to bring you up to speed on what enterprise architects do, what their role is. We're going to look at how to understand IT in a large business, in an enterprise. We'll look at it from different layers, from the technical to the business to the overall enterprise. There's an architecture, and don't let the architecture word fool you. It's putting things together. It's more about building, and we'll talk about that. We'll introduce the most popular framework today called TOGAF. It sounds like an embarrassing toenail disease, but it really isn't. It has something called the ADM, the Architecture Development Model, which is how a particular process goes to put together an IT solution for an organization. There's a case study about an insurance company named Archie Insurance, fictitious, and their desire to not only complete a merger, but to do some digital transformation in terms of their insurance business. Along the way, we'll learn how to install and use a software product called Archimate, which is used like Visio, like some other domain reference modeling software, and this will help to illustrate IT and business relationships. You'll write through 4 major papers having to do with the Archie Insurance framework. First is a long analysis of the case in week 6. And then in week 7, you'll look at security aspects with a particular look at security and the TOGAF framework. In week 9, regulatory compliance and privacy as Archie Insurance wants to expand. And then finally, paper 4, which is a portfolio assignment. In other words, something good enough to give a future boss, representative of your best work. You put all this stuff together in a coherent tight, effective communication final report. And but we'll take you through the steps. It gets busy as we get toward the fourth quarter. So just want to give you a sense of how to be prepared for that. Just to take some of the fear, uncertainty, and dread. In IBM, they used to call that FUD. Just to take some of the fear, uncertainty, and dread about enterprise architecture. We need to get the business and the IT leaders to communicate. It's amazing how in some organizations that doesn't happen. And really all we're doing is answering a few questions. What do we have? In other words, what's going on right now? What's working? What's not working? What is our present status? You'll be amazed how few business leaders know the status of the IT. And sometimes the IT people don't know how the business is going. What's driving it? Where are the opportunities? Where do we have to move faster, etc. What do we need? What can we agree on? It's not just the latest and greatest and most expensive, but what do we really need? And this takes deep communication and trust and engagement between the business and the IT people. They have to know each other, trust each other, and believe that IT wants the best for the business. This is not always the case. And this situation and this relationship is called business IT alignment. You're going to hear this a lot. Are they aligned? Or is IT off doing crazy stuff and the business, the CEO walks in from a foreign trip and wants whatever was in the, the in-flight reading or something like that. Yeah, let's have AI. Let's do this. Let's launch a rocket ship like Bezos or some crazy thing like that. So what do we really need? That's 2. Number 3, how do we get there? Okay, what do we have to change? What do we have to build? What do we have to buy? What do we have to do? How do we have to be? These are the questions that both IT and the business have to solve. And then, how much does it cost? I used to say, how long does it take and how much does it cost? But you know what? If you pay enough money, you can change time. As my late father used to say, the proper amount of force, pigs can fly. So, but 4 basic questions in the area. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, a couple of other things we'll talk about in terms of other areas in enterprise architecture. We'll summarize them, but we'll talk about those in class. Okay, I want to keep our time together short, but this middle point, the effective organizational use of IT requires achieving so-called business and IT alignment. Oh boy, if you remember that 5 years from now, this is going to be a good class for you. Okay, let's just start at the beginning here. All right, so keep going back to the main points here, but we'll fix all this up in on the 14th. Thanks for being a part of this course, and I really hope you give yourself to it. It will be a learning opportunity. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye now.